I'm John Rampton here with Katy Keim from Lithium. How's it going?
Very well. Thanks, John.
Hey, today I want to talk towards the entrepreneurial community, but more specifically, how do you build a social online community?
Well, I think the best way to do that is actually to build a shared purpose with your customer, something that is beneficial to them and beneficial to you. An example I love is Sephora. They have this huge group of women who love beauty, not just the products, but beauty in general. And so they built a community or conversation around how to fuel that passion for beauty. And I think by sharing that with your customers, this community grows.
Yeah. I mean, how do you get started in that? How do you get started building a community? Obviously, it starts with one-on-one interactions, but I mean, do you just find that pictures work better, or just text works better, or what works the best to get the conversation started?
Well, it really depends on the product, but I think what's interesting is most of our customers actually have a community that's forming in some ways. I mean, to be honest, that's what started on Facebook, on Twitter, on other social channels. And I think, communities like Lego, Sephora, or Skype, what they basically have decided is that they wanted to host that community so that they could get the SEO traffic, so they could be closer to the purchase process, and they could see all the analytics around it. So we would encourage our customers to take the conversations they already have started online and figure out how to bring that to kind of a party that they host.
Yeah. Now, when I'm building this, at what point do I need to really, hire someone or think beyond myself and what I personally as an entrepreneur or business owner can do?
Well, it's interesting because in these communities, usually it's the customers that are participating so fervently that it doesn't take a big staff, actually. The biggest, resource investment comes from deciding what the angle of the community is going to be and really starting the conversation. Many providers out there, not just Lithium, will provide moderation services or other skills that you might not have on a broad basis. And so I really think the planning is where the resource investment comes through. What's the conversation you want to start?
Yeah. And in these conversations, do you more let the customer lead the conversation, or do you lead the conversation?
Absolutely the customer. So one of the things that I think has gone wrong on social media is a number of brands have decided this is the message we want to push out, promote just through another channel. And you really have to shift your mindset that the social community, what your customers want to talk about is not your agenda, it's their agenda. So we often ask our prospects and customers, what's the conversation that's going on that you can tap into, not vice versa.
Okay. Now, I'm a brand and the conversation starts going negative. What would you recommend as an owner of a business? How do I help that or explain to my customers, be part of that community, but really solve the problem? What would you recommend in that situation?
John, it's the first question that comes out of a prospect's mind, which is, what if they say something negative? And I think the reality is they will in some instances. Your brand is not flawless. Your business is not flawless. We make mistakes. And so I think the two things that we talk about is, one, own it. Right? It's amazing how much a simple apology and infusing yourself in the conversation changes things. And I think the second thing we see is the community, the customers will tend to come to the defense of the brand, which is more powerful. If you're an advocate for the brand and people go negative, there's oftentimes in our community a group of people that say, hang on a second, that's not exactly what happened. And that's about the most powerful PR messaging that you can get.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Again, building an online community through social. Thanks, guys. Again, John Rampton with Katy Keim. Thanks.